Welcome, AXA fans, to your August Axanar update. Now, we didn't have a July update because basically we've been plodding along, getting towards the end of episode 4, and there wasn't a lot of new news. Plus, it was July and there's a lot going on. So forgive me for not doing that, but hopefully you'll get some good insight into what's happening with Axanar. Now, the big thing, everyone's like, well, when are you coming out? Listen, you've waited this many years. You can wait a few more months. Episode 4 is nearing its conclusion. All the visual effects are done, and we're real excited about them. Everything's looking really, really good. We have 2 different VFX teams working on it, and we couldn't be happier. Meanwhile, Dana is working on the compositing. Now, during the last couple months, he's finished the Klingons, he's finished the Vulcans, he's just finished the Andorian Admiral Threll, and it's looking awesome. And he just started working on Sam Travis. So now we're going through the Starfleet officers. There's about 6 characters left that need to be composited, and then we're pretty much done. And we've got the music, and the music is sounding amazing. Mark Edward Lewis, our editor and co-director and sound designer, is putting all the sound design in for these amazing ship effects. And we're just really excited about the direction. Now, I've said it before, episode 4 is the setup for the Battle of Axanar, right? And we were always a little concerned that it could be a little slow, right? But I tell you, now that we've put everything together, now that the music's in and we're just waiting, and the visual effects are in, and we're just waiting for a couple other things, it's really good. And I will tell you, we had an Academy Award-winning editor watch the rough cuts, and he loved them. He said they were fantastic. So we're feeling really good about where we are in the process. Now, the biggest news of all, of course, is Skydance closed their acquisition of Paramount Studios, which, of course, includes CBS. Now, that's huge because what we now have is a different attitude in Paramount and CBS. Hopefully, most of the people who made the bad decision to sue Axanar back in 2015 are going to be leaving. Obviously, Skydance wants its own people in the positions of power. And so people at the top of the food chain, we're hoping, are going to get the axe. Certainly, Skydance has already indicated that things are going to be different because they have to be. The way Paramount has done things over the past 10 years has been nothing but disastrous for shareholders. They've lost 75% of the value of that stock. We have always viewed Skydance as kind of a white knight coming in, saving a distressed asset, which Paramount was. Judging by what I'm hearing on the street, if you will, and a lot of that's coming from Jamie Rixham. Hopefully you watch his Tachyon Pulse podcast because he's very well connected. And what he's gathering is that they're making a decision whether they're going to keep Kurtzman on, whether they're going to renew his contract past season 5 of Strange New Worlds and 2 seasons of Star Trek Academy. Obviously, our opinion and our hope is that they don't keep him on. We think that Star Trek has suffered significantly under Kurtzman's reign. While we've gotten some amazing products in Star Trek Lower Decks, which is fantastic, and Star Trek Prodigy, if you like that show, I mean, a lot of people love that show, and it is beautifully done, brilliantly executed by Star Trek fans, for Star Trek fans, a new generation maybe, but those 2 shows, which of course are both animated, were both brilliant. Star Trek Discovery was a disaster in my book. Star Trek Strange New Worlds I like so much about it, but still, things like the Gorn and this recent flirtation with the Squire of Gothos, if you will, in Trelane, we just think are regurgitating old material that they don't need to be going over. And Star Trek Academy that's coming out, I mean, no one asked for this show. This was Kurtzman's pet project. Why didn't we get Legacy? Instead, we get some show. It's set in the Discovery universe that no one gives a damn about. It's just mind-boggling. So they're going to let those 2 shows end. Of course, we're talking a couple of years now. And what we are hearing is that they're going to let Star Trek go fallow for a couple of years. They're going to cleanse everyone's palate and make some decisions. Obviously, Star Trek is not the most important thing to Paramount's long-term success. There's won a lot of financial decisions. And of course, the Taylor Sheridan universe is just taking over Paramount. I mean, you've got, not only did you have obviously the wildly successful Yellowstone, but its spin-offs, 1883 and 1923, and then the other shows, well, all of which are fantastic. Landman with Billy Bob Thornton is fantastic. Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. I love that show. Lioness with Zoe Saldana. Brilliant, right? Taylor Sheridan is hitting on all cylinders, and Paramount realizes that that is the kind of the bread and butter of their Paramount Plus streaming channel, and God bless them for that. Star Trek's a very expensive show that's not getting those kind of numbers that Taylor Sheridan's get, so there's going to be some hard decisions made there. But that being said, how does that affect us? How does that affect Axanar and fan films and Star Trek fans in general? Well, I heard that there's a lot of interest in Star Trek fan engagement coming from Paramount, the new Paramount, from Skydance, that they know that they have to do something different to reach out to Star Trek fans. And God bless them. I'm a huge fan of Skydance. I love the Silicon Valley kind of attitude that they bring. They're not an old Hollywood studio taking over a distressed Hollywood studio like Disney did when they acquired Fox. This is a different type of company. They're a production company. They're a studio, Skydance, and run by the brilliant David Ellison, who's the son of Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle, one of the biggest tech firms in the world. And Larry is one of the, I think he's ranked third richest person in the world right now. Obviously, these guys have a different way of doing things. And it's smart, and it's analytic, and it's no nonsense, and there's none of that Hollywood bullshit that you keep seeing, obviously, that we've seen from Paramount for years now. You know, they're going to make smart decisions. There's probably no one at Skydance who would have been stupid enough to sue Axanar. They would have said, how can we use these guys? How can we have a relationship where they make their thing and it benefits us? You know, that's where Skydance comes in. They're going to make great decisions about all things studio related, fan related, engagement related, and hopefully those things are going to benefit us. Just the fact that we don't have to deal with CBS's bullshit anymore with the people up there, whether it's Mallory Levitt at the head of IP or John Van Sitters or whoever, who've just been making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Hopefully those people are gone, and hopefully Skydance puts in a new team that understands Star Trek and understands how to engage fans better. So that's our hope. We'll see what comes of it. So as far as Axanar goes, we're barreling along towards the end of episode 4. Then we'll jump into episode 5. Episode 5 is going to take a few months to finish as well. Of course, the work on the VFX of all the ship shots, that has already been happening. And I think they're about maybe a third through the scenes of episode 5. Meanwhile, the compositing should go faster because all the backgrounds are done, and Dana's done it once already with episode 4, so he doesn't have to recreate a lot of his work, so hopefully that'll go faster as well. The big question is going to be when we release and how we release. I will tell you first and foremost that releasing the Blu-ray to all of our donors and making it available to donors who didn't donate for it is of the highest priority to not only me, but Dave Lanyon and Goodney Goodness, our executive producers who have funded all of this over the last couple of years. Dave told me point blank, we are taking care of the donors. We're going to make sure they get everything. And Dave has been so generous with us. The fact that we're finishing this at all is because of Dave Lanyon and Goodney Goodness. But they want to do it right, and they want to honor the donors. And so we're really excited about that. So we're working on an hour-long documentary right now. That's going to go along with maybe somewhere between 3 and 6 featurettes that are going to be on the Blu-ray. But the hour-long documentary is really important because that's a standalone film. We think that could be really successful on its own, make the festival circuit. And when you think about it, an hour-long documentary combined with 3 episodes of Axanar, combined with 3 to 6 behind-the-scenes featurettes, combined with other things, because remember, there are now, I think, 5 different fan films by other people in the Axanar universe. I mean, Axanar really has become an expanded universe. So all of that needs to go on the Blu-ray as well. So we've got a lot we're doing, and we're really excited about the Blu-ray, and we cannot wait to do that. If I have anything to do with it, there'll not only be a Blu-ray, but there will be a Steelbook. Because if you're a Steelbook fan like I am, having a Steelbook of Axanar would just be the chef's kiss for what Axanar can really be. Now, the other big news we have is the donor site. And I keep harassing Lee to get it done. And but he's just been changing jobs over the past couple months. So he's both had time and he's been job hunting, and he just landed a new job. But what he's produced is looking amazing. It really is. We're beta testing it right now. You are going to be able to go in, find your donations, track your perks, donate to other things that maybe you want, or when we have other perks, there's probably half a dozen things we're going to be giving out to donors that were never covered in the Kickstarter Indiegogo. We're just going to be giving them out for free. You just pay the postage, and we're going to be shipping stuff out because we're very grateful for all the effort the donors have done. But the donor site is looking amazing, and you will love it. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be getting that out shortly. And that's about it for now. We are heading into Labor Day weekend and Dragon Con, which is the big event here in Atlanta, the big convention. It's kind of like the antithesis to San Diego Comic-Con, which is big and corporate. I love San Diego Comic-Con because I love San Diego. And Dragon Con is all based around hotels. It's all about cosplay, and it's just one big party. A lot of eating and drinking and cosplaying and having fun. So we'll be there. If you're there, you make sure you message me and let me know. We would be happy to grab lunch with any fans who are out there. So listen, I am so excited right now. We are barreling along towards the end of Axanar, and it's going great. And we have you to thank. I want to thank every donor out there. I want to thank you viewers who didn't even donate, who just follow us. And I especially want to thank Dave Lanyon and Gundy Goodnison, who are just amazing people who have thrown their support behind this project and really made sure that Axanar is everything that it can be. All right, y'all. Any questions you have, you know where to reach me. Alec@axanar.com is my email, or you can just find me on Facebook or on the Axanar pages. Make sure you go to the Axanar store, and there's great swag there in case you're interested. We have all sorts of things, including the hats. So thank you very much for sponsoring that. And also check Axanar Animal Rescue out on eBay, because I've been selling things to promote the animal rescue, and 100% of the money on eBay goes straight into the animal rescue account. So we have about 15 cats that we've rescued that we're taking care of right now. We have a relationship with Petco. Things are going very well, but we always appreciate your help. All right, y'all. As always, live long and prosper.